This is Matthew Stephen, the Voice Radio Network here again. Before I leave the border area here, I guess I was informed by some others here about the United Nations soldiers today that this was very unusual for them to be here. As you can see, the barbed wire all around me here and this whole area. And the United Nations soldiers are back over there, if you can see their blue hats. I didn't want to say it in front of them, but they're over there right off to the right of that green tree area, down in that pit with those two little baseball caps, blue baseball caps. They're from Finland, and they're part of the United Nations. And obviously, we were told, obviously, that the United Nations never reports accurately things. There were some explosions taking place here. We were here live at the border near Syria. There's still smoke out in the field, way out there where that hill is. It's hard to see. There's a hill and there's some gray smoke. There was some striking going on. They have had F-16 fighter jets up here. We passed the tank convoys and some tanks and stuff, which I'm going to try to interview. I don't know if I'll be able to interview, but I'll at least be able to get some live shots of that, of the IDF there with the tanks right down the road from this position. The man that lives over here, a couple that we know, and they're coming down the steps now over there, and another couple from the United States as well. He does some tours and stuff, and he's a personal brother in the Lord that we've known there, that we met here. And he said that as many times as he's been here, they've never had United Nations troops up here before, that there's something big going on. And of course, I had a couple other sources I talked to here, and there they told me that there was some major stuff going on here about this whole thing with Washington, D.C. ISIS is up here at the border right now, they're saying, and they're not reporting all of what's taking place about ISIS being up here at the border and about how the overtaking of what's getting ready to happen. This is the area of the Six-Day War, folks, in 1967, and the whole area. And there's some check stations that I went to in 2005 up here, and they're across the road from this village in front of me, way over here, is a military check station there that takes you into Syria. And, of course, you have to have permission to go through that direction over there and have to have official business to get through or be a citizen and allowed to go through. Israel and American citizens are not allowed to go through there. And but there's American military over there, there's IDF over there, there's all types of military, even on the other side of the border of Syrian troops over there. And so it's a very hot point and crucial time here. This is very serious stuff, folks, why we came here to Israel and why we're here. And we're asking all of you to support us out here. This is Matthew Stephen. We're in a hot zone right now where we could even see missiles going off and could be fired upon this direction, for that matter. And that's what they're saying. This is a very hostile area, a very crucial area. There's missiles that have come across the border in this direction. And so, my wife and I were talking about it today. And, we never talk about finances and stuff, but the rental car alone is costing us about $800 a month. It's $200 a week because of the taxes and the insurances that they charge on those rental cars. Went from about $450 a month to about $800 and some odd dollars a month just to rent the vehicles to get us around to these places. We talked to a lady last night talking about orphanages, so we'll be visiting some of those and helping out in those ventures. But at the same time, even the rent that we have here in Israel is running us around, about approximately $850 a month. And so that's just covering the rent and the rental car. That doesn't cover the food, the gas, the travel of other expenses to places we have to go to. And when we have to go to other nations around us here in Europe and other places when we leave here, back and forth as we go back and forth, that doesn't cover air travel or anything. So just the rental car and the rental, just to have a base station here, would be $1,700 a month. So if you want to help us out, watchman2012@gmail.com. Go to my website. There is a contact address you can send funds to. Make them payable to Matthew Stephen on the website. There is an address, and that would really help us out financially because we are totally stretched right now, and we haven't really had a whole lot of people come up to the plate to help us on this mission trip that we're taking. We're visiting. We were in Moscow The other day, as you guys know, we flew into Moscow, and I uploaded that video this morning from Israel. And so, this is the way it is. This is what's taking place here. And I just want to report that to let you know about the United Nations and some things and how it's very serious and the things that are taking place. So Matthew Stephen from the Voice Radio Network. May the Lord bless you. May he make his face to shine upon you. Shalom.